Hello Aquarius, Elsie here to do your reading. It is for the week ahead, Aquarius. Happy weekend. How are you, friends? I hope you're well. Thanks so much for clicking here. Look, Aquarius, if you're my ride or die, you know how it goes down here, so you can just go ahead to the beginning of the reading there. I've put in a timestamp for you. But for those of you who are interested in knowing that, I'm just going to throw down these oracles for the overall energy for the week ahead, and then I'm going to throw some tarot, and that's going to give us the details of what's happening with the overall energy. So this reading is going to be, could be for you, whether you get it today, tomorrow, or next year. So that means you can dig into the archives, and some of that stuff might apply to you now if it didn't resonate with you at the time I threw those cards. So if you are brand new and you've never been here before, if you're a brand new Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter, or you are cross-watching one, thank you so much for giving this a shot. And there is a subscription button down on the bottom right-hand corner if you are interested in staying. This tribe is growing quickly. I really love it. Thank you for the beautiful season, Aquarius, and I hope that you had a beautiful birthday. We are welcoming you to Pisces season now. All right, let's find out what's going on for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Aquarius, thanks for being my ride or die. Okay, something is changing. Change is afoot, my friend. We have lightning, disruption. Now, when disruption shows up, it is card number 41, which is a 5. But I'm going to say, because of all of the violet energy that we get here, I feel like whatever disruption you have really opens your eyes to something, Aquarius. It's like a light bulb turns on. But I want to say that this situation, this disruption, is something that you can't avoid. You don't have control over whatever goes down. But I feel like it is going to open your eyes to something. Tell me more. We've got reflection. Okay, very interesting. So it does, when I see, this is card number 20, which is the judgment card in tarot. And then we have the tower. Judgment in the tower to me is a major, major revelation. Aquarius, we could be dealing with an Aries later. We'll talk about that. But Aquarius, I feel like you're having some major awakening. You're reflecting on something, and something is shifting that is out of your control. It's like a shift of your mindset, or it's like seeing yourself in the water and not realizing how much you've changed. Somebody here is looking at their reflection and realizing that maybe you've changed so much on the outside, but maybe it's time to change the way you think on the inside. It feels like that. It feels like you're looking at your reflection, right? We've got the reflection with the disco ball here. Maybe you're not dancing enough, Aquarius. Maybe it's time for you to do a little more dancing or have a little more fun. Bottom of the deck. Hello again, recycle, recover. Do you know what this realization is? That you've been going in circles. I feel like there is an Aquarius here who's going to have a realization that I've been doing the same pattern. You're going to be recognizing or realizing some sort of a pattern, Aquarius, that you've been in for a really long time, and that you've just been recycling old thoughts, recycling old relationships. It's time to recover from that. It's time for you to move in a different direction here. So I think a light bulb goes on for you sometime in the week ahead, that it's time to do something different, because you've been doing the same thing and always get what you always got. And in order to get something different, you've got to do something different. So I feel like you're recognizing some sort of a pattern. Oh, look at that. The sun is here. You're taking action. I love this card, right? It looks like the universe is looking at you. But card number 34 is a 7. This definitely is a realization that you're coming across. Card number 21 is a 3. It could be about some sort of a partnership or a friendship. Like, I feel like you're having realizations, though, whether it's about a friendship or a partnership. You're having a realization, and it's time to get to work in some sort of community here. So it does feel like there is a pattern that you're about to break, I want to say. Tell me more about Aquarius. Tell me more about Aquarius, please. Tell me about Aquarius. We've got foundation and achievements. So if you're about to get some stability, there's some 4s here. I feel like you know, the King of Swords is part of the Emperor energy. You could be This could be the last realization or the last awakening that you need to step into your Emperor energy. So it feels like somebody's waking up to the fact that they are in charge, they have stability and sturdiness, that you are the person who I think is strong in your foundation, that there really isn't much for you to worry about at this point. But I do feel like the only thing needs changing here is that you, I feel, need to get out of a thought pattern or need to get out of some sort of a pattern that you've been, like, it could be that maybe you're dating the same types of people. Maybe you're dating for looks instead of dating for what's underneath the skin. Or maybe you're dating for, you know, whatever reason. It doesn't even have to be about dating. It could be about your job. It could be many things, right? It could be a pattern. Somebody's realizing, if I keep doing the same thing, I'm just going to keep getting what I always got. And I think you're about to make a change, because with the Tower here, with the Judgment card, you're looking within, doing the self-audit. Financial and material changes are coming to you. We do have card number 5, and that is a little bit of lack. So it does. We will talk about that further. We'll find out what's going on there. But we do have temptation. You could end up being in a lack of finances because of some sort of temptation. Buying too many things, doing something obsessively. This is the Devil energy. And so the Devil energy is about doing something over and over again, which is a pattern, right? Something that's hurting you spiritually, personally, professionally. It feels like there's some sort of a cycle that you keep going through. It's a cycle of temptation. So maybe you are tempted by people, if it is relationship related, maybe you are tempted by people who look good. And maybe once you get up close, it just isn't what you thought it would be. It could be that. All right, let's look at some tarot. Let's find out what's going on for Aquarius. This could be a realization that you're having next week. Tell me about Aquarius. Tell me about this disruption. Tell me about the Tower. We've got 2 5s here, so I'm going to say don't worry too much about the Tower, because I feel like this realization, whatever it is, and the financial and material changes that you are headed for here, possibly at the end of next week, you start feeling a little low on cash. Maybe it feels like it's something that happens quickly, like it's a speed bump. It's not a place where it's going to be devastating for you. It's a speed bump essentially. And so I feel like with the 2 5s here, it's telling me quick change comes. So tell me about this. Tell me about disruption. What's the disruption here? Tell me about the Tower. We've got the 4 of Wands in the reverse. I really do feel like the Tower or the disruption here is telling me I've really got to decide what I want. The 4 of Wands is in the reverse, which could tell me that maybe you have broken away from a relationship, or maybe that the 4 of Wands in the reverse is telling me I don't really know what I want when it comes to settling down, when it comes to settling into a home. Do I want a soulmate? Is there a soulmate out for me? I feel like the disruption or the Tower that shows up is sort of a shaking or a shifting of your foundation. And that might be why the 4 of Wands is in the reverse, because it could be a shakeup of your foundation. What you thought you knew, who you thought you were, what you thought you wanted is no longer. That's why the Tower shows up, right? It's there to give you a different perspective or show you what the other options are. Because when the Tower falls, maybe you didn't realize there was a road on the other side of the Tower because you were too busy building the Tower. And the Tower is something that you never were. It was an illusion. It was something that you thought other people wanted you to be. So maybe they wanted you to be rich. Maybe they wanted you to be good looking. Maybe they wanted you to maybe you were fitting yourself into places where you felt like you wouldn't belong if you didn't put up some sort of certain facade. Tell me about foundation and achievements. We've got the 9 of Swords in the reverse. Okay, so I feel like you decide, I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just not going to worry about it anymore. I'm going to get stable. I'm going to get sturdy. I really do feel like somebody is stepping into their emperor power. Is like, okay, I'm the one in charge. I'm the one in charge here. I should be the one making the decisions. I'm not going to leave it up to anybody. The 9 of Swords in the reverse, I feel, is like, I'm just not going to worry about it. Whatever is meant for me will never pass me by, and if it's supposed to be mine, it will show up for me. I feel like this reflection is like a self-audit is what it is, because to me, card number 20 being the Judgment card, to me, that energy as an energy reader is Virgo and Pisces. So it does feel like you're sort of going over, was I listening to my intuition? We've got look at this, we've got the 4 of Pentacles in the reverse, and my deck is not in the reverse. Oh yeah, most of them are. Okay, well, it is what it is. We've got the Four of Pentacles in the reverse, but you know what this is? This is vulnerability. I kind of like that. I feel like part of your realization is that you need to be more vulnerable in all the things that you do. That's what you see in your reflection. Maybe you're looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, look, you just have to be a little more open. You can be a little bit detached and cut off, right? And so I feel like you struggle with being vulnerable, possibly. The ability to be able to receive is really hard. It really is an art. It's really hard. So I feel like you are in this place where I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to keep up with my achievements, which are giving me my foundation. But maybe I could be a little bit more vulnerable in doing all of those things. Tell me about the financial and material changes, please. We've got the Ace of Wands. So this is a speed bump, is what it is. I feel like it's a speed bump. It's like it comes at the end of next week for whatever reason. We'll clarify it a little bit, but I feel like this is a complete speed bump. But I feel like it might come into play because of some sort of temptation, which is buying too many things, giving too much money away, helping people with their problems and their finances. It could be that. It could be one of those patterns that you are struggling with. Tell me about the Four of Wands in the reverse with the disruption, the Tower, please. We've got the Two of Pentacles. It's a decision. So a realization. It definitely is a realization that you've got to make a decision to let something go that you've been holding on to. The Ten of Swords being in the reverse tells me that there's something here. There's a cycle that's not yet closed. There's something here that you haven't let go of mentally. And so it feels like you're making the decision to let something go mentally. So I feel like the Tower is because you've already mentally said to the universe, I just need to let this go. We've got the High Priestess energy. I like it. The High Priestess energy is telling me my intuition is on point. I need to go within and figure out what it is that I need to let go. There's something here that you need to let go. Tell me what that is. We've got the Four of Cups. We've got the Ten of Pentacles. And we've got the Queen of Swords. I think that you really want something that is long-term and solid and has a legacy. But I feel like you've been sitting in your comfort zone for too long. It feels like the Tower shows up to get you out of the comfort zone so you will speak up and liberate yourself. This is energy that is Aquarius, Libra, Gemini energy. This is Libra, but of course Aquarius and Gemini because we're in a general reading. I feel like it's time for you to, I feel like the Tower comes down because you finally are standing up for yourself about what I really want going forward into the deep future. What do I want to solidify as my legacy here? I got to get out of my comfort zone. So I feel like the decision to let something go mentally, Aquarius, is putting you in this place of the Tower, sending your message to the universe saying, I'm over it. I'm over being stuck in this mental prison I put myself in. And by using your intuitive energy, I feel like you realize you've been stuck in some sort of a comfort zone, in some sort of a cycle or a pattern. You've been doing the same thing over and over. Look, we can get out of a bad relationship or a marriage, but then we meet somebody and they're just a different body, but it's like the same person in there. It's like we go back into the pattern again, right? So I feel like there's something here that you are giving up, a thought pattern possibly, that you're no longer gonna think about, something you're trying to release here, and I think that the Tower is helping you release it. We do have the Five of Wands. No more indecision. I feel like you worry too much. It feels like there's no more indecision. When things come up and there's a lot of competition, I'm going to let the competition beat on each other. Like I'm not even going to say anything about the competition. Let them do what they're going to do. I'm just going to release it and sit back in my stability and my achievements. I'm not getting into anyone else's business any longer. It feels like you are about to release worry. You're about to release indecision. It's like now I'm here and I'm making decisions, and if people don't like it, they can go. Take your shit and go. And so the Three of Wands is like, I've got things to do. I'm looking now at things from a higher position. I'm looking for adventure. I'm looking at what's coming up in the future. I want to make some sort of really deep, solid legacy, and I'm willing to stand up for whatever it is that I want. I really love this. This is really wonderful. So I feel like releasing this hesitation, holding back, Ten of Swords, releasing it all brings you to the Three of Wands, which is a realization or a remembrance. I always say it's a remembrance because I think you always were the Emperor, but I feel like life is unfolding, and at the center of this beautiful flower or onion or whatever you want to call it is you. And I think you're just remembering who you're here to be. So I feel like you are now looking into the distance, into the future, and seeing stability and achievements. Tell me about the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. I feel like you're making big changes. There are big realizations coming to you next week. We have Eight of Pentacles. We do have the Eight of Wands in the reverse, and Justice is in the reverse. So I feel like you have this big realization, Aquarius, that the reason that I haven't been able to get any justice is because I haven't, because there's still more to work on myself. I feel like there's still more to do in terms of working on yourself. The Eight of Pentacles shows up to tell me about that you need to do a little bit more self-mastery. It's time to look at yourself in the mirror and do the self-audit again. Look, we dip in and out of the self-mastery bit, right? We can't be constantly in self-mastery. It's exhausting. But I feel like that you feel like you're really looking in the mirror, looking at your reflection and saying, why don't I have the thing that I want? Why don't I already have this deep legacy? And I feel like the Eight of Wands is telling me you slow right down to stop or a crawl to this Justice in the reverse. So you see this Justice in the reverse in your reflection. And it's because you've realized that you've not been vulnerable enough. You've not allowed yourself to say, okay, well, maybe there are some things I need to work on, and whether somebody else points them out in you or not is not the point. The point is you've noticed it yourself. And so I feel like the Eight of Pentacles is telling me that it's time again to get back into the self-mastery, that maybe you just let yourself go along the wayside. Maybe you let yourself eat a little more fast food than usual. Like, it feels like I've got to get back into this, into the swing of things, or into the grind. So it does feel like it's a realization that sends you on a different trajectory, because that's the Judgment card there. And so I feel like this is, the financial and material changes. I feel like you have a dip, and sometimes the universe will do that. If the universe can't get a hold of you in any other way, sometimes it'll give you some sort of a financial crisis or a financial dip to get your attention. And once they have your attention that way, it leads you to look at other things. So I feel like this is a dip, I want to say, because there's two fives here, and we have three fives actually, because the Five of Wands showed up. So 555 tells me quick change, and that gets you back on some sort of a new path here. We've got the King of Pentacles. There we go. So there's a dip in the finances, but you show up as the King of Pentacles. The Five of Cups is in the reverse. No more regrets. And the Knight of Cups is here. So I feel like, Aquarius, that you're going on quite a journey next week. And I feel like it starts with some sort of a tower or a disruption of the mind. Realizing that I just got to get out of this place where I'm stuck in the mind. And it happens because you're a fixed sign, right? You're a fixed sign and I'm a fixed sign. I get it. So I get it that we sometimes take a longer time to make up our mind or change our mind. But I think this is all telling me that you're changing your mind about something. Ultimately, I feel like you are looking at this Knight of Cups thinking, I really do want to be in some sort of a romantic relationship, but I don't want to go back into the same cycle. And so I feel like it's a temptation for you to go back into the same cycle and chase the same kind of person you've always chased. So maybe you chase the most beautiful one or the most handsome one. And then when you get to that person, you get to know them, they really aren't what you thought they were on the inside, because that person was busy tweaking the outside and not taking care of the inside. So I feel like these material changes, that is a bit of lack. I feel like it's only a pit stop to get your attention. And then all of a sudden we have the Five of Cups in the reverse, which is, you know what? I just got to carry on this exciting path of finding new romance, because I think that's what you want. You want to build your legacy. And the Queen of Swords is telling me that you're about to stand up for it, that you're now taking control, being really honest with yourself, and that therefore being honest with others. There we go. You're going with aggression. You're going with gusto. Oh, I love this. Oh gosh, look at this. This tells the story. The outcome is right there, right? This is Aquarius, of course, Gemini and Libra, because we're in a general reading, but it looks like the door is opening for you to go get what you want. So whatever it is that you want, my friend, it's time for you to go get it, and in a very aggressive way. I'm going to leave that right there. Thank you so much for all the ways that you love me here, Aquarius. I'm going to be back because I'm always back. I'll be back with the sneak peek on Monday. You guys take care and have a beautiful weekend. I'm out for now. Love you. Bye.